bring better days. I get so I feel like I'm levitating. You know what they say, the turtle will always win the race. Won't let them max me out. Not a fan of being disrespected, I'm blacking out. I cut my partner off before I had to knock him off. Take it to the grave, never speak on what I saw. And if it ain't my business, ain't trying to hear it at all. Left all worries at the crib, I don't follow the law. Been at my worst and never gave up. Refused to walk with my chin down, I hold my head up. Fighting battle after battle, real gladiator. They wasn't trying to let me eat until I turned the tables. Talking on the phone with L's about my life arrangements. My girl ain't even lift me up when I was in that cage. It had me feeling like that she was doing other things. But when your freedom on the line, you can't trip out certain things. Like on my brain causing bad migraines. Heard the feds pick Lil Cuz up, we caught the same charge. I wish I did more to show him better. Lead by example, know my youngest look at me for answers. Keep a tunnel vision, learn how to block out distractions. Lying hard, they know I'm a minor. Longevity was always one of the main thoughts. When I lost Big B, it felt like I lost a piece of my heart forever. SOG, it always been that way from the start.
We ain't got no time to wait, man. Move it.
What's happening, family? Y'all know we back in this thing with another one, man. And y'all know we finna rock out on the cool, as we got 2 OGs in the building. Hey, really, honestly, we got quite a few more than 2 OGs. 3, maybe 4, depending on who you ask, and 1 YG, 1 young G, you feel me? So we got a bunch to talk about on the cool. Before we get started, wipe your feet as you come to the door. And for the ones that don't know, that's like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell icon, and turn post notifications on to all. That way you will be notified every time we drop a video. Go ahead and do that for your brother family. That way, these videos can be recommended to a lot more people, man. That way they can get to the real, or even to the fake, so the fake can learn how to be real. Let's go ahead and give them that troll on the coat. And also tap in with me on Instagram at allfactsKingKO, all lowercase. That's a place where your brother will always respond, you feel me? But on the coat, we got the man, the face of New Orleans, BG. And if he ain't the face, then who? I'll wait. See, you can't sell me on nobody. And y'all know we ain't gonna forget about the face of the rolling 60s. That man, Big U, Big Jaws. Yeah, we gotta chop it up about what's going on with him too. So without further ado, let's get to it. And see, family, this is why I said maybe 4 OGs, depending on who you ask, because of Whack 100. And then honestly, you could say maybe 5 or 6, depending on who you ask, with Akon and Suge Knight. Now, if y'all don't know, Suge Knight and Akon have a situation going on where Akon is currently suing Suge Knight for, you know, some RAP3 allegations. And we'll get into that in a later video if y'all want to. Normally, that's not the type of stuff that y'all like to watch or pay attention to on this platform. So, hey, we'll get into that later. But Whack 100 gives his reaction on this situation, and he says this: once a dummy, always a dummy. At Akon, not wrong on this one. This is what you call a corporate check-in. Hashtag watch your mouth, boy. So as y'all see, Whack 100, he's siding with Akon on this one. And that's not surprising, seeing as the prior dealings with Whack 100 and Suge Knight. We all know that Whack 100 used to be a part of Death Row, running up under Suge Knight as his muscle, and they were cool at one point. Now, they've been having little back and forths and whatnot, but the biggest one happened when Big U was told by Suge Knight to run into Whack 100's business spot out in New York and Bogart. And it kind of came back out that Suge Knight was behind the whole thing, so they don't like each other. There have been a lot of back and forth. We know Whack 100 and Big U are no longer cool behind that situation, and it's just a big ordeal. So it's no surprise that Whack 100 would side with Akon on this situation. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Let me know if y'all want to go ahead and break down that situation, and we'll get into the nit and grit of it. Now let's go ahead and move on. Then we got our 3rd OG, and that's that man Zero, and one of my personal favorite rappers of all time, as he puts out something on Instagram that raises an eyebrow for me, as he says, if you've ever been asked to sign a Do Not Resuscitate, you know what I'm going through. And honestly, he didn't give us much context to that. He didn't get back on Instagram and say nothing after that. He just put that up. So we don't know if the Do Not Resuscitate is for him or if it's for someone he loves. And if you don't know what a Do Not Resuscitate is, it is a DNR. it is an instruction that they give to healthcare providers to not give any cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR for short, to any patient whose breathing stops, heart stops, or anything like that. Basically, pass away. Basically, they want to go out. They don't want to be stuck on machines like a vegetable, having a machine breathe for them or live for them or pump their heart for them. So what he's saying here is he had to sign one of those forms. Now, we don't know if that's for him or if that's for someone he loves. But regardless of the fact, hopefully everything is going well for Zero, and keep your head up, homie. That's all you can do. Now let's go ahead and move on. And our YG is that man, Billionaire Black. As Billionaire Black said a few things on Instagram that was very troubling. He said, sometimes I just want to take 615s and check out this shh. And honestly, I don't know what this man is going through. I do know they lost a lot of partners in Chicago to all that nonsense that's going on down there, but that ain't never a means to want to check yourself out, man. You got to be stronger than that. Got to keep your head up. Now, it seems like Billionaire Black going through some very, very deep-rooted depression, and he got to get it together, man. You can't, hey, you got babies out here, man. You got to get it together. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, though, and let's move on. La Familia. We got our main topic, as we got the man with the plan. That man BG, the hottest out the NO, like I said, tell me who hotter, as he dropped his new track, Juan, the comeback kid. And in this track, he did his thing, man. He had some nice bars on the cool. He remixed, I don't know exactly what song it was, but he let y'all know. Get back a motherfucker. Hashtag repeat, hashtag link in the bio, full videos, hashtag RNS. Juan. Y'all know a real dude, still in the halfway house, but while I was on rec in the studio cooking up hashtag Heart of the Streets 2.5 and hashtag Heart of the Streets 3, I got the urge to jump on a few records I like and let y'all see me in the process. I'm working in silence, but I'm gonna show up loud. After all these years, I'm grateful and humbled by all the love and support. The hate been real, but the love been realer. Real dudes music, hashtag coming soon. Subscribe to my YouTube for full videos, hashtag RNS. So y'all see, man, that man's super excited about what is to come, and let y'all know 2.5 and 3 is coming. Heart of the Streets on the cool. And y'all heard him address the haters. So overall, it's a message y'all need to get throughout the course of this.
Oh no. Coming for it all. Need it.
The overall message from BG is, though, all the haters that was trying to clown on him and say that he looked like Sexy Red, he took that negativity and turned it into positivity and checked all them haters in the back part of this song, letting y'all know BG back, can't nobody stop that, and ain't no hater dang show finna push him off his pivot. And as much as I think Sexy Red is the worst rapper in the game right now, she doing her thing. So I understand why he would use that gravity towards him. Y'all ain't doing nothing but doing him a favor.
I'm fresh about the feds. Play with me, you dead.
Let him know, BG. Ain't doing no playing.
With some killers. One call that get you smashed.
I know y'all hear this man talking his issue right now. He letting y'all know, hey, I ain't no punk.
I'm talking Chopper City. Uptown, bitch, I'm the man.
Can't even debate that. Man came home like a king. Whole world was waiting on him. Whole world talking about him.
Pick the streets and tell you about it. Got one hell of a pass. On your head, I'll put a bounty. Bitch, niggas don't stand a chance.
Talk your issue, BG. Let them know. Talk your issue.
Do this shit for soldiers. All my dogs in the can.
But yeah, man, y'all know I had to cut through a few parts. Of course, I'm not really totally reacting the way that YouTube want me to, so I had to cut a few parts out. But let's go ahead and skip ahead to the point of the video overall. And the reason why I wanted to show y'all this, and the reason I titled it the way I titled it, he really addressed the zesty issue in this song.
They call the gangsters zesty.
They call the gangsters zesty.
They call the gangsters zesty. That shit that made me laugh.
That shit that made me laugh.
Nigga say that to my face, nigga. That shit'll get you slapped.
Nigga say that to my face, nigga. That shit'll get you slapped.
Nigga say that to my face, nigga. That shit'll get you slapped.
That there get you smacked. And that's the point. That's what I wanted to show y'all. Him addressing those issues and turning a negative into a positive. That's what you get when you get real stand-up men. Like he said, that made me laugh. He ain't even hop on the internet, gas nobody up. Seen a few entertainers entertaining that. Didn't go at him. Didn't get sensitive like most of these other sensitive dudes you see out here. He just let them know, just briefly, and moved on about it. And I bet you he ain't gonna say much more else about it. But he turned that negative into a positive. Hey, Sexy Red is hot. If y'all want to compare me to that, I'm gonna use that gravity for my own good, generate some dollars for myself, and fatten my pockets off of y'all stupidity. Hey, you can't play with a real one on this here internet, because a real one ain't finna let you trick him out of his position and ain't finna pay y'all much attention and give fuel to y'all fire. You feel me? And that's when you can separate the real from the fake. Too many of these young rappers, man, they soft. They soft. They weenie-fied on the cool. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Shout out to my boy BG. Once again, welcome home, B Jizzle. Keep doing your thing. Hey, the real coming back. What else is there that need to be said? You feel me? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And let's go ahead and move on to our last topic. And in our last topic, man, just briefly, we got that man Big U. And some allegations is going on centered around that man's name. But first he says, just make sure you're speaking facts when you're speaking on the family. Stand on NH business. Then it says community revolutionary in progress, which is CRIP. And then says, sound a lot like the Black Panthers to me. Don't believe these trolls. Do your homework. And what he talking about is the trolls that are putting snitch allegations on this man's name and claiming that, you know, he ratting. He ratting by doing his community development options program, his project that he doing to clean up the hood. And it's going to get explained in this one.
The other party name, but he keep trying to throw snitch allegations on Big U. So based on, you know, he got developing options, that's what they call it.
StreetTV.net put out this interview with Marceau where he breaks down developing options and what it is, Big U's company, what they do, what their connection is with the government, who started it, and what they report overall. And we're going to listen, check it out, and see what happens. Now, this is not the full interview. I don't want to take these people's content away at all. So y'all go check it out on their platform to see it in full. But we just going to see briefly what he had to say.
Yeah, so the city contract, man, everybody talking about the police, this, police, that. It came from the mayor's office. It came from Mayor Antonio Vergosa, and then it went to Eric Garcetti. And now Karen Bass is really slowly shutting it down.
I mean, that's expected. That's normally what the government does with any program that's supposed to help the hood, uplift the hood, better the hood in any type of way.
But it never had nothing to do with snitching. You don't tell. Somebody has said, oh, you get a phone from a sergeant. None of that. What it is, the city gives the agency $500,000 a year to reduce violence.
I mean, that should be expected. It ain't got nothing to do with snitching or the police. This man have been to prison multiple times and ain't nobody ever came out and tried to address the man about developing options. It just shows you what it is. It's kind of like what Nip was doing when Nip was finna have that meeting with the police and with the government. He was going to sit down and try to do something similar to this to help the hood get away from violence, hoods in general. You feel me?
So they got to hire 5 intervention workers, 2 case managers. The agency buys the phone. They give them a budget to buy phones. It don't come from a police station or nothing like that. They go out and buy their own phones and give it to the people that work with them.
Here's what you ignorant fools don't understand, and I never get when y'all talk about these phones and devices and whatever. Hey, man, it don't matter where the phone come from. He could have got the phone from the police, but that same phone that you went to that cell phone store and got, it can be tapped by the feds too. They can listen to any conversation they want to at any given time. Any of these electronics that you're utilizing to talk on or do whatever on, hey, man, it can be used to listen in on at any given time, bro. I don't get what y'all like obsessed with that for.
What they do is they respond to shootings, or if somebody say it's a fight at the school, or, you know, every time I call and say, well, I want y'all to sit down with somebody. Can we sit down? They always come through and sit down. So it's never that you don't have to sit at a meeting. And first of all, let me tell you about Big U. He don't go to none of the meetings. He don't go to the city meetings. He don't show up at the scene. He don't do none of that. He runs that company, so he don't have to work for it.
Right.
The one thing they're not doing is telling anybody, not telling no police who's selling weed or who got the guns and nothing like that. That's not the case. So the main job that they got to do working for on the city contract is make sure there's no retaliation. That's the main job.
So to sum it all up and give y'all basically what I heard the man was saying, he was saying that developing options acts more so as a mediator, but not in the sense of reporting back to authority and giving information on a particular situation, just more so in regards of trying to keep the peace between the two parties. Instead of having the police swarming around the neighborhoods and checking everybody, hemming up people and, violating people's rights, developing options goes around and speaks to people and talks to people and calms the situation down. Not trying to get information, but trying to keep people from acting violently. You feel me? Y'all get what I'm trying to say? Because when a situation like this happens in a known gang neighborhood, law enforcement always expects retaliation. So developing options are the people who are reassuring the police and the government that there will be no retaliation, because they're going to kill any nonsense before it ever even gets to that point. That is their job. You feel me? And also in a sense of kind of being a police for the neighborhood, but not a police. Of course, nobody from the streets want to use that word, but what I'm trying to say is being an authoritative type of figure for the neighborhood, because Big U is such a respected figure. You feel me? Going and trying to teach the youth that there's a different way. Going and trying to, keep them in line, keep them in check. Because at the end of the day, it's up to us as parents. It's up to us as OGs. It's up to us as, the role models to make sure that the youngins fall in line. And if you scared of these youngins, man, how can you call yourself a role model? Too many of these adults out here talking about how these youngins run recklessly and they don't care about OGs and they'll smoke you too. Well, if you scared of that, bruh, you maybe shouldn't be a role model. I don't even want to hear you speak if you scared of what a young person will do to you. I'm not scared of what no young person gonna do to me, because there's a way that you come. You come correctly when you speaking to anybody. A lot of y'all try to come disrespectfully to these youngins, and you got to think back to yourself as a youngin. Would you have respected an adult coming to you disrespectfully? No. You come correct and you will get the correct results. And I feel like that's what Big U is doing. You can see that in the way that he's evolving as a person, and he's going back to the roots of what a Crip really meant: community, revolutionary, and progress. And of course, they got the blood side, brothers lifting others out of darkness, and the power rules, people in righteous unity. So it's getting back to his roots, hopefully.